6.4 to 1, along with Steph, co-favorites. So how's it feel to be back, and what are you looking at?
I don't like that. I walk around and I bet money on you. I put money on you. I don't. That's a lot of pressure. I'm not that good. So yeah, we're just obviously good memories from last year. Excited to be back, and can't wait to start. Yeah, I don't know what else to.
Well, pretty good memories from 2020 as well, besides COVID, obviously. But you won the tournament then with a great round of 63, I believe, on that Saturday with 10 birdies.
The two times that I've won here, I've had one round that's been pretty low, and last year was 64 with 9 birdies. So yeah, just make
blah
birdies.
blah blah.
Make birdie. Hoping to make more birdies and not many double bogeys.
Okay, Annika. Greatest female player in history. You've been in the hunt for this thing many times. Yes, I know you don't want to hear that, but anyway, it's you've been in the top 5 4 times in the 5 years you've played here. You've come close, obviously, every time. What do you think it's going to take for you to beat these taller guys on either side of you?
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at him, and I guess I could use my mighty game. But no, I'm excited to be here. I want to thank American Century for the invite. A lot of players want to be here and compete. This is such a special week here in Tahoe, and it's I'm standing with these guys. First of all, they're incredible at golf, but they're just good people, and I think that's what this tournament is about. So I think for me personally, I gotta just. Things got to go my way, right? The whole, start to finish. I've had some good rounds, but then I've had some mediocre rounds, and it just doesn't do it here, especially when you have players like Marty that have, 9 birdies, and that's really what it takes. Last year I had an eagle, that helped, so maybe a few more eagles. I welcome them, but it's great to be here, and I just enjoy playing with them. We have a good time. The whole family and friends are here, so it's a celebration of golf, and certainly a great summer week to be here.
Great. John Smoltz, we keep hearing about you talking, hey, I'm 55 years old. I'm going to win this tournament. I got to win this tournament. Time's pushing me, but you've been playing great. And we look at your record, obviously, here in 15 years, 10 the top 10, 12 top 10s in 15 years. So I think you're due.
I'm due, and I'm 58 now, so I'm really due.
I'm trying to help you.
I really do. I will challenge anybody in the field to the most pars, and they'll have no chance. Not turn on. Yeah, I will challenge anybody to the most pars in the field, and they have no chance. So until I figure out how to not make pars and make birdies, I'm going to be keeping answering that question. But it's the greatest week that we have, and it splits the season for what I do, and I race back to do the All-Star Games. So I'm grateful for the All-Star Games after Tahoe. So this is a great week.
Well, there you go. Hey, Vinny, 2021, when you won it, great, very emotional win, obviously. I know you've had some back trouble since. How are you feeling now, and what's it look like for the coming week?
Yeah, I haven't played much golf, but I'm feeling better. Been doing a lot of therapy, but, like everyone up here, this is such a great week. American Century, NBC Sports, the greenskeeper, the fans, the volunteers. It's just all first class, and we all love coming to compete, but all great people. Obviously, Marty's a fantastic player. We have a legend in Annika, and obviously Smoltz is as good a player as you're going to find. So just great to be kind of in that company. The atmosphere is spectacular. The course is in great shape. Some wind's going to pick up. It's going to change the course a little bit, but love the competition, love to compete, and you have to make birdies, and you're never really out of it because in the Stableford, like Annika said, you can throw an eagle in, a birdie, and you have to play smart golf and sometimes just be aggressive, but understand what it takes to win and make big putts when you have to. So love the week. Everyone here is pulling in the same direction to compete at the highest level, and we'll see how it ends up on Sunday.
Okay. Do the three of you look at Marty and go, okay, perennial favorite now, or, tough guy to beat. He's been playing great golf.
Yeah.
What's it going to take to get him? Just more birdies, John?
Well, the problem is I like Marty a lot, so I can't say anything bad about him. So if I got an incentive for every time I've said Marty Fish, I would be very, very wealthy.
You are wealthy.
So even more wealthy.
Okay.
So no, it takes a lot, and it takes wind, and it takes you making birdies, and that's definitely, you know, the one thing that we love, at least when your expiration of your sport's over, you love competition. And so I don't know, I mean, I'm always looking at the scoreboard. Maybe I should stop looking at the scoreboard and just concentrate on what I'm doing. I'm sure you never look at the scoreboard, right?
I guess I'm expired too, so. But no, I do love looking at the leaderboards and see what's got to be done and who's doing well. And yeah, but you're right. I mean, Marty's done so well in this tournament several years, and I hope he feels the pressure. I hope people are betting on him. I love playing with him. I'd love to get a chance to come down the 18th hole with any of the leaders and just see what they're made out of and see what I'm made of. I think that's what makes this tournament so fun. And, the format on its own is, it's not about pars, like John said. Unfortunately, I make a lot of those too. And here you have to be a little bit more aggressive. So it changes the playing style a little bit. You got to take a few risks. But, sometimes they pay off and sometimes they don't. But I think that's what we all want to see. And I definitely think the fans and people watching, they want to see, that aggressive shot and see if it pans out when you need to. So we're going to keep pushing. None of us have given up. But so I hope you feel it, Marty. But I have I'm just like John. He's such a nice guy. Nothing bad to say other than just, if you want to take a week off, this week would be okay.
No pressure there, Marty. All right, let's open it up to the media folks. Fire away, guys. Dave.
Is this on? Hello, testing?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Just wanted to make sure. Marty had 83 points to win last year. That's second highest in competition. And Billy Joe Tolliver won in 2010 with 84. And Mark Mulder had 82, so you're right in the middle there. That's up from 2020 when you won with 76 points. And since then, and I was starting to worry because the scores were all in the 70s. That's the highest score since 2010. Now, what can you do to duplicate that and get in the 80s?
Yeah, I played really well last year after the first round. I mean, I played great on Sunday as well. 2 years ago, Steph threw an eagle at me on number 4 and, just couldn't get away from him making birdies. He was making eagles and stuff, so.
And he still finished with only 75 points, so you're 83 or a lot
4 eagles
better.
from him. I mean, it takes it takes, to get that many points. I didn't look at Billy Joe's scorecard or anything. I would assume there's some eagles in there. I didn't make any eagles last year. I did, again, I had seems like Saturday's my round here. It's 63 in 2020 on Saturday, and then 64 last year. So I'm looking. I usually don't start very well, so I'm like trying to figure out how to start better. That's kind of, I guess, my only critique of last year was I didn't start quite as well as I wanted to, but we'll see.
How the greens looking for you so far?
They look good. I haven't made very many putts like normal, so they look. The course is in great shape. The course is beautiful. We come here every year, and it seems like it's beautiful. And we say this is the best we've ever seen it every year. So this is the best we've ever seen it. So it's beautiful.
Great. John, you have a new training device for driving? You want to tell us about that?
I do.
Like driving a car, or?
No, getting distance back, trying to stay within 30 of you. This right here, shockforcetrainer.com. I've been training on it the last 2 months. It's a little commercial now.
You're welcome.
No, I'm stronger
rich.
than I've been. I've been training because my shoulders are terrible, and I've been fighting that for a long time, and I don't fight it anymore. And it's one of the best things I've ever had and ever trained on, and I've used a million things. And basically, golf is always about the older you get, the less distance, and you chase it with technology, and technology can only do so much if you don't train for it. You have no ability to kind of pick up that yardage loss. So I picked it up, and hopefully it'll be on display this week, but it still comes down to putting. But at least now I have the confidence to release a club without any kind of reservations whatsoever, and that is the best feeling I've had.
And one more quick one. In 2021, you had your highest score at 69 points, and you were in second place. So how do you beat Marty? With longer drives?
I've made 1 eagle in 15 years, and I'll probably make 3 this week. That's the only way it's going to happen.
Well, good luck. Good luck to all of you.
Thank you, Dave, our tournament historian. Appreciate that. All right, Dan, fire away.
Hello, guys. Dan Hinksman. I do stories for the tournament. Marty, the first thing for you, if I may, you obviously won twice. Only 5 people have won 3 or more. Is that an important milestone to you?
No, I mean, I didn't know that, so no. No, not that important. But I mean, I want to win. So I want to. Look, there's been a lot of players throughout the 7 years that this has gone on, and there's been a lot of great like entertainers and athletes that have been phenomenal golfers, and you sort of think about who's maybe who's the best one of the lot, you want to put your name up there when it's all said and done too, and I think about that sometimes, but not how many times can I win a tournament or something like that. No.
And Annika, if I may, list of accomplishments is through the roof. Being the only woman winner here, what would that mean to you?
Well, I mean, obviously that would be super cool. I would be, honored if that would happen. Like we've talked earlier, I've tried so many times, and I would say it probably gets harder and harder every year. I'm close to John's age, so I feel like maybe I need to try your distance device. I'm looking for a lot of things.
You know the right person.
Yes.
What was it called again?
Shockforcetrainer.com.
Okay, but as you know, I mean, there's not a lot of women that are playing in this event, and I feel very honored to be one of the few to be here and appreciate it. So I'm just going to do my best, and we'll see what happens. I've played enough golf tournaments to know that, you just got to play one shot at a time and see what happens, and that's, nothing is going to change. I still do that despite being retired for almost 18 years. I'm still, but, once you're inside the ropes, you're still competitive. There's just, the juices are still flowing. So I just have to channel everything I have and see what happens.
And then I guess for all of you, if you could, we all know who the main 6 or 8 contenders are. Are there any other like new talent out there in this tournament that you're keeping an eye on?
I mean, not that I know of. I mean, there's some new people playing this year. We'll see how they compete. Obviously, in this environment, I think they have to get used to it a little bit. It's much different. So we have the advantage of obviously playing in this for a lot of years and playing at a pretty high level, and periodically here. So, but people step up and play well. But it's a 3-day tournament, and like Marty said, getting off to a good start is important. But staying consistent and making good golf shots and making putts, especially with Stableford, you're really never out of it. So, there's obviously Tony and Mark Mulder, Joe Pavelski's played well. So there's a lot of really good players that have an opportunity, and obviously, like we've all said, the competition is what we thrive for, and we'll add them up at the end of Sunday.
Watch out for Austin Reeves
Yeah, Austin can play basketball.
and Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan, yeah. So I'm happy like the basketball guys are starting to, with Steph and Austin and things. Ray Allen's playing pretty well. Played a practice round with him the other day. So nice to see some basketball guys out there.
Ron.
Hi, guys. Ron Krojcik from the San Francisco Chronicle. It struck me that you 4 come from 4 different sports. And Tony Romo sitting over there is a 5th different sport. Can you talk, I guess...
Come on in, Tony. Let these guys take some shots at you. Yeah.
I guess this isn't so much for Annika, but the other 3, sort of what about your sport you think has helped you in golf? What most translates to the golf course?
Well, now you got 5 sports, Ron.
I know for baseball and pitching, it's just about time. We got the most time. So I know we don't get credited as athletes because they think we're not, but we're actually the greatest athletes on the team because we chose the right position. And so if you can choose the right position like quarterback in football, it's up to everybody else to try to deal with it. But no, it's about time and reps. And we had 21 years of playing golf. We made 36 starts a year, and in the rest of those opportunities, we played golf, and it really helped us stay in the game. We didn't try to get mechanical. We didn't try to make it another thing that we had to worry about. We just went out and had fun, and it grew on us. And all of us that played the game in our sport realized that golf has the longest expiration date. So that's really what drives everybody to that level.
And Vinny, how much did hand-eye translate? I mean, Steph and I have talked about the hand-eye translating from basketball to golf. How much do you think your basketball background has helped you in this setting?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's very important, but I also think that, with golf, like all the sports we play and things, I mean, you have to put the time in, and you have to practice and figure out what, you know, kind of what gets you in your comfort zone. All of us obviously have different swings and different, you know, things we go about and how we do it, but obviously got to get the ball in the hole at some point. You have to make shots. In basketball, it's about making shots, and obviously in golf, hitting in the right spots and be able to make putts. So I think the competitive nature of it gets you going. You want all of us have obviously been successful in different sports and different things. Annika obviously is a legend in women's golf and in sports in general, just kind of what she brings to the tournament. But there's just a lot of great players here, a lot of great athletes, but at the end of the day, everyone's competitive. So, you know, Tony's obviously had great success here. He's a fabulous golfer, takes it very seriously. So there's just a lot of really good players, and that's what makes it fun to challenge yourself against the best players out there.
Last thing for Marty, Steph said yesterday the banter between him and you is at an all-time high, given that you're both sort of the defending champs.
Yeah.
Can you sort of describe the interaction with him in the last month or two?
An all-time high for him is like, hey, good luck, kind of thing. Like that's like him, like not wishing you luck. No, it's pretty soft, to be honest. He's too nice. So I've been trying to push the pressure onto him. So he's the defending champion. So.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Hi there, Luke Hooten from Golf Digest. I'm just curious if you could each share what your current swing thought is, or if you have one, and kind of what that means to you in your head.
I'll tell you Marty's. It's a backhand, and he does it every time, just like in tennis.
I don't have one, so
It's about the only one I've asked him, so how do you do? He's like, I kind of feel like a backhand,
I just swing.
which is what makes you good.
I just try to aim and fire. If I start thinking too much, nothing really good usually happens. So just aim at something and just try to hit it at that spot and kind of stay down through the shot. That's all I'm thinking about.
For me, it's firing my left side because I never could. Now I can. So it's firing my left side.
Why can you again?
2 new hips and shockforce.trainer.com. That is the reason I can fire my left side.
I'm always working on something. I have since the day I start playing this game, so it's always something fine-tuning. I got some tips from our son, Will. He was telling me my hands were too far behind, so I better listen to him. So actually getting the ball a little higher in the air, so I'm thankful for that. So, but yeah, I mean, this game, there's always something to work on and always something to tinker on, which I think is one of the reasons I love it so much.
Thank you.
It's nice to have Tony Romo join us. Tony, thanks for being here. 3-time winner, 18, 19, and 22. What is your game like? Last year was a little bit of a struggle, but how have you been playing?
Yeah, last year I had a rough year the whole year. Just ball striking, but wedge game chipping got, to where I can remember playing in the Texas State Open and here where my first chip never actually hit the green for full rounds. And that kind of persisted throughout the year. And so this golf course, you need to hit wedges good. And it's such an advantage. So we worked really hard. It took a long time, probably till late spring this year, but then it came on. So sequence change for me. And it's been pretty good here the last month or so. Just playing some of the tournaments. I've had the scores I used to shoot. And I'm actually a little better in some of the short game areas than I probably have ever been. So that gives me hope to go out here and challenge it and see how it plays out.
Got it. Do we have any more questions from our media folks? Gentlemen and lady, thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
good luck to all of you this week. Appreciate your time.
3 times.
Yeah, good work.